Alrighty, chat, we have a new video here. They came out 6 months ago. Is AI making us dumber? I would say yes. Oh, definitely.
Welcome to another episode of Cold Fusion. The year is 2035, and this is a slice of daily
Dude, 10 years from now? Chat, I can't even think about 10 years from now, man.
life.
Dude, if I think about 10 years ago, 2015, life is a lot different. And now with the AI and the whole rapid speed and pace and the growth of AI, 10 years time, chat, I think the world might combust.
Over the next decade, will AI gradually soften our brains, rendering us incapable of thinking for ourselves? In other words, is AI making us dumber?
Well, at the same time, right? At the same time, if you really think about it, gyms, right? Well, I mean, I work out, y'all work out, I think, right?
But the thing is, man, a long time ago, right, when our ancestors were hunters and gatherers, they were naturally fit, lean, fit, right, hunters and gatherers, right? Now we have gyms where we go into a gym, into a place, into a building, where we do specific lifts, right, on specific body parts for maybe an hour to 2 hours consistently, right, to then build a body, or whatever, depending what your goal is, of course, but this is the whole general overall.
One eternity later.
To be clear, AI is doing some incredible things in science, physics, and medicine. But the story
Yeah, the thing is, AI isn't inherently bad, right? It's not an overall bad thing to have. I think AI is a good tool to have. It helps us, do research quicker. It helps us develop things quicker. It helps us create things quicker, right? Which is a good thing. But over-reliance is, of course, the issue at hand here.
I'm going to start with an app that most of us use, Google Maps. A 2020 study found that despite economic benefits, heavy GPS use can weaken spatial memory. Funnily enough, those impaired didn't believe that they had a poor sense of direction, even though the data proved otherwise. As we all know, convenience often comes at a price. And these simple GPS systems aren't even AI. It's just an app on your phone that helps with directions. But yet, overuse can damage our memory, as we'll later see in this episode.
Hey, off topic, chat, off topic. I have an iPhone, right? I have never used Google Maps ever in my life. Yeah, I've never used Google Maps ever, right? The one time I actually used it every single day was in Japan, when I had to walk around and stuff. But that was for 2 weeks straight. And that was literally the only time I ever used Google Maps.
Meanwhile, around the same time as the study, 5 years ago, a professor by the name of David Raffo had become increasingly concerned with the quality of his students' written assessments. The academic structure was weak. The whole faculty could tell that the students were disinterested. Then suddenly, during the pandemic, he noticed that the writing quality of a number of his students improved significantly. But the professor smelt a rat. Something felt off.
I mean, that makes sense.
A slight improvement would have made more sense. Leap was so extreme that it felt unnatural. Raffio decided to ask his students directly. Upon his discovery that they were using AI, he remarked, quote, "I realized it was the tools that improved their writing and not their writing skills."
Yeah.
Skills being the operative word here. The Portland professor didn't outright shame the use of AI, but he did say it was a mixed bag. Quote, "AI enables us to get work done quickly and efficiently by rapidly gathering and organizing information across written communications, developing designs, and providing suggestions on how to address difficult issues and problems," end quote. But he added a caveat, quote, "Our mental and cognitive abilities are like muscles, so they need to be regularly used to remain strong and vibrant."
And that's where the whole brain gym might actually happen in like 50 years time.
Truly, it would take an extraordinary person to have the discipline necessary to stay mentally strong and vibrant when engaging with the technologies that are available.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to not rely on AI now, since AI is so quick, reliable, efficient, fast, right? It saves time. But the thing is, in the long run, it's going to hurt you, or us in general as a society, grow.
Researcher said in the Diary of a CEO podcast, staying mentally active and in control is an important habit to prevent dementia.
Over 50% of
That's the thing. See, that's the one question I've always wondered, because the thing is, right, dementia, right? Obviously, we know, the most popular dementia disease, Alzheimer's. To prevent dementia, or to help prevent dementia, right? What they always recommend is, obviously protect your head, so don't get hit in the head, don't have so many concussions, all that stuff, right? Have a healthy diet, healthy lifestyle, easy, right? Exercise 20-30 minutes, light aerobic activity every day, right? That's simple, right? And the one thing was keep your mind sharp, right? So play an instrument, learn a language, solve puzzles, right? Now with AI, younger millennials, me, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, right? And then Gen Beta, who are the newest generation. What I'm trying to ask here is my generation, of course, Gen Z, and of course, the younger millennials, and then Gen Alpha, Gen Beta, and so on and so forth, will we then have alarming amounts of us that get dementia in the future due to the fact that we're not using our brains as much?
You guys may have noticed I snuck a peek back at the shelf a moment ago. I wasn't paying attention, but let's see if Gemini was. Hey, did you happen to catch the title of the white book that was on the shelf behind me?
The white book is Atomic Habits by James Clear.
That is absolutely right.
It is prudent.
I'm guilty, chat. I have Meta Ray-Bans. I'm sorry. I had to record a bunch of stuff for my Japan trip, okay? Sometimes I want to have my iPhone. I just want to record, just walk around. All right, my bad.
To gain some awareness of how revolutionary tech progressively makes us more dependent, something that has been quite prevalent in the 21st century. In fact, there's actually a wide range of studies on the effects of using calculators for basic maths, or autocorrect,
Munchkin Unicorn. That's a follow, man. I appreciate that. Cute name, by the way.
damaging students' ability to punctuate and spell effectively. So when it...
Yeah, so even this too, right? The calculator, of course, you have the punctuality and grammar, of course, with text messaging, with phones. Obviously, those are, in my opinion, maybe slight damages in our brain and cognitive function. But AI, man, it's going to take a huge hit on our brains.
By now, you've probably heard that all things clerical or repetitive are expected to be replaced by AI, and this includes jobs like data entry, bookkeeping, and customer service. Well, in some ways, that shift has already begun, and the results are worrying. Aside from
41%. So this was a CNN article published on January 8th, 2025. We're 2 months away from 2026, so this is almost a year old anyways. 41% of companies worldwide plan to reduce workforces by 2030 due to AI. 41% of companies worldwide plan to reduce workforces by 2030, Chad. That's basically 4 years now. I mean, 2025 is almost over, right? Chad, like I said, in 2030, Chad, we're actually cooked. So I think if you're a young person, right, thinking what you want to do for your work or for life to make money, go into trades, electrician, plumber. I think those you can't replace that with AI yet. Maybe by 2100 we'll have like robots that do all that crap easily and efficiently. I'm sorry for pausing the video. I gotta get my thoughts out because this video is making me gather my thoughts. I've given up, chat. I've honestly tried. People are fighting AI like, oh, we can't do this. I've honestly just given up, and I've accepted that this is going to be our future. And at that point, chat, you may call me a pussy, maybe like, oh, you're a pussy, you gave up so easily. No, it's just you can't fight it. So I think the best thing you really can do is try to learn how to use it efficiently and not offload too much, right? But the AI bubble is apparently supposed. Okay, even if the AI bubble bursts, right? Even if it does, AI is so here to stay, no matter what happens, right? Stock might go down. The advancement of AI might slow down, but AI is here to stay.
They surveyed over 600 participants across multiple demographics to see how AI affected their critical thinking skills. They noted that, quote, frequent AI users were more likely to offload mental tasks, relying on the technology for problem solving and decision making, rather than engaging in independent critical thinking.
Yeah, I think when it comes to like problem solving, right, and decision making, I think you should do that on your own. And then let's say, for example, if you want to like organize things, you should use AI to like, oh, input this in AI, organize it for me, because it's not thinking, you're just organizing, you're saving time. But when it comes to like actual hard questions to figure out, obviously you should do that on your own.
This isn't even the first time that even just the Detroit Police Department has succumbed to cognitive offloading when investigating crimes. They currently face 3 lawsuits of wrongful arrests based on the use of DataWorks AI, and there are many such cases. From the outside looking in, it might seem obvious. The police were just...
Funny, chat. It was ironic. How's it? You know how to say? Okay, this might be stupid, but you know how to say justice is blind, whether they use facial recognition.
Stop it. Get some help.
For the generations entering adulthood in the 2020s, they tend to trust algorithms more than they trust other humans. This shows why students who used AI during and after the pandemic to skip basic learning skills often carried that habit into their jobs. As we'll see near the end of this episode, many now rely on extra tools to cover gaps in their abilities. So, here's a question for you. Is this working smarter, or is this slowly eroding long-term mental strength?
I think it's both. Like I said, it's a case-by-case basis, right? Obviously, if you rely on it too much, it will cause slow mental erosion, right? What this video says. But if you use it as a tool, then I think you're just saving time.
According to a separate study conducted by researchers at Amazon Web Services, about 60% of internet content as of this year.
That's the thing, right? There's also the dead internet theory, right, chat, or whatever it's called. So if you don't know, the dead internet theory is supposed to be this theory that everyone you interact with online is a bot, right? Now with AI, I think that could be a thing.
But for younger generations, it's already become too comfortable using these systems. AI is marketed as flawless, so why not rely on it for information? After all it's doing is just making our lives easier. What's the harm? It's what humans have always done. And if we're given the chance to let our minds rest, we'll often take
the
it,
wheel,
no matter the cost.
Industry, smartphones, industrial revolution, agriculture.
So that is the story and the discussion of if AI is making us dumber. I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks so much for watching this longer episode all the way to the end. It means a lot. If you did like this...
Yeah, I think we're cooked. Overall, we're cooked, but at the same time, I think as a society, we will be getting better in adjusting, right? Because at the end of the day, we all adjust, right? Chat, the human race has been very diligent, right, in staying alive, right? So even if we have this major hiccup with AI, I think as a society we will figure it out. Now, of course, some people will be then when I say sacrifice, I mean some people will just be brain dead, essentially, right? Just absolutely diabolically brain dead. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go sleep. I'm tired as hell. I love you guys. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Be a longer stream tomorrow, chat. Love you guys. Stay safe and good night. Bye.